Sing solo mathematics.
Not really. Like it at the college, get us fruit. And Mama wasn't feeling it. So
At the college,
I
I
had to
was
change.
secondary.
I'm more but
Oh, you didn't like at the college. So at the
I
college,
didn't
was
like
it
doing
was it
fruity
before Lar school or after?
before.
Oh, so you went at the college, Lar school, and then
Yes.
okay.
I didn't like doing sushi.
Funny.
I know how to speak it, so I wanted to learn a different language.
And African just had to be one of those, like
Not really. I wanted to do German,
mm,
but there wasn't any school providing German in Sekunda.
okay. So you're
Yes.
like, okay, African's close enough.
Yes.
Great. So Mabani Rente, so Akire, we did the throw forward. So your throw forwards will just dictate what your paragraphs are going to be about. So we did tragedy as a form of entertainment, tragedy to inform, tragedy to shock, tragedy to reflect. I don't think we touched on that. So that will be our, so that's just 1, 2, 3. Let's go to 4. Did you get to ask your
Yes.
array?
And what I wrote is an essay.
Are
I
wapo,
was
this tutor how wapo.
the problem with my essay is that I used past tense, but overall it's good.
You use present.
Yeah. I used a lot of tenses like now
Okay.
make a system, present continuous, and I make it like a past continuous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Okay.
she said I should work on them.
On one, we agree on one thing here, Nale and Naore. Stick to one tense. Just identify.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm telling this as something that's happened. I would have gone for perfect past, right? And then that's it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so very simple like that. All right, man. So no general related word count. Okay. So we did throw forward entertainment, inform, shock. What did we say? How to shock? Target is education. This is information. That's education. Okay, so we haven't really done the education part of it.
Yes.
Right. So we can go back to the one that you are more familiar with, which is Romeo and Juliet. Romeo and Juliet. Right. Why do you think we do tragedy at school? I can never use anyone else's laptop. People will complain about how
Not
hard
sure.
I had the keys. Did they explain to you
I'm not
why we
sure.
do that?
Yes, sir.
Why do we do tragedy then? As part of literature. Why don't we do love stories? Nobody dies, they live happily ever after.
Maybe it's to learn that not everything goes well in life. something like that.
I can agree with that. I can agree with that, you know. Life is not rosy, right? When you probably say it is not a bed of roses, I get it, because your teacher also encourages you to use colorful language, so that would be that, you know. It's perfect. Death, part of life, feeding the people love. When die. Bad things. Yeah, I like this one. Bad things. Would you agree with this?
Yes, I do. Bad things happen to good people.
Right. So it's a lesson, basically, or Eman about these things happen. Okay, you better be ready. Has anyone in your life, someone you held dearly, passed away?
My great grandma, yes.
You're very close to her.
Yes.
How-
Plus, I grew up calling her my grandma without knowing that she was my great grandma. So I built that grandma and granddaughter relationship with her more than my grandma.
Hmm. What
Yes.
happened to her?
Me and my grandma had a mother-daughter relationship, and then me and my mom had a sister relationship.
Oh, wow. That's pretty cool. So what happened to the great grand?
Old age,
What's old age?
like she was too old.
So she just dropped and died.
Not she got sick for I think it was 3 months.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then June 16 was the day she decided to leave us
Yeah, man, on a holiday. Probably the worst day of your
on a
life.
holiday.
How did you find out about it?
I was at school, so
How did they inform you?
we don't have public holidays here.
Why? Where? At New Horizon?
Yes,
Canada.
we go to school one way.
Hi, woman. 21 March Nangena. It's
One
gonna be
day.
a holiday ka April, 27 April, and Zabeningeni.
We will be at school.
Ah, woman, you got not away. There will be a Saturday, though, so the bus seats at least.
And we don't have school on Saturdays. So
That's the positive to it. You're not like
yes.
Piccolo Tamokwakwa where people back in who feel like about 6, who they have school.
Anke
Yeah,
sekolo tsa ko Qwaqwa hara beke di tswa ka bo ma 2:30. Ho na le tse ding tse tswang ka 2:30, bo ma 1.
high schools. No, honest high school, let's talk about one.
Ho na high school tse tswang ka 2:30 though. Ntle le
Yeah,
Beacon.
yeah, up to grade 11.
Yes.
Up to grade 11, and then grade 12 for let's talk about 5. Saturday like a Sunday like a
Our grade 12s have soft life here. They don't have school on Saturday unless a teacher asks for them to come to school on Saturday. Otherwise,
it's not necessary. I feel like the school year is adequate. It's long enough for you to do all of those things. You know,
it's not.
it is. Also, it's
Personally, because in one day we have 6 periods. One period is 50 minutes, close to an hour. And most of our days we have doubles. Like today I had double Pali, double English, and double physics.
Yeah.
And I didn't have maths. So what happens to me? what happens to economics? So
It's enough though. I mean, you guys have extra days. So I do public holidays, so you'll cover those during those public
yeah,
holidays. Okay, so we've done now the three reasons, right? We're doing five. So this was education, tragedy as part of education, right? So that's why we do that. Okay, we say because no sé quién se three fela, but because really lectionale word count ya how re tlo kenya um, shock, right? Things that happen in tragedies are shocking, right?
yes,
Like,
they
dude,
are.
why do you gotta do that?
Yes,
Right, tragedy to shock. So this could be just to get you out of uh,
comfort zone.
maybe you're someone like myself that's never seen someone die. That's never, maybe I have experienced people who die in family, but like maybe not like close, like parents, like a loved one. You know, there's people who've witnessed their partners being killed in front of them. Your husband getting killed
Yes,
in front of you, that sort of thing. So this the shock factor for me awakens senses. Maybe to the factor. Okay, this is what I should be doing. Maybe to the. Well, are you going to need this thing? Do you think it'll help you?
yes, yes, please, sir.
Yeah. Yeah.
So does this work the same way as a prepared speech?
I prefer you ask I prefer that you ask.
Because looking at the format, it looks like the format we used when we were writing our unprepared speech.
Why would you write unprepared speech though?
We had one for marks that we had to prepare in 5 minutes and then we had to go present it.
Unprepared. It's still prepared.
Yes.
No, it's just short notice, but it's still prepared. Okay, I'm just being silly. I understand what you mean. It is the same thing, really. Because the format is the same, right? You have your introduction, you have your points, and then you have your conclusion. So it's basically still the same thing.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, it is. So an essay would be exactly the same as a speech. A proposal as well would be like this. You guys are not going to write proposals. I'm saying this because I do write proposals. Just the stuff I do on the side, but it is like that. Like you're just building up an argument, trying to convince the other person. Debates as well are set up like this, you know. So the person would come in and introduce the topic, tell you that this is the side that we are in, and we think that you should do this. You should agree with us because of 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and those are the points. Can you see the pattern in that?
Yes, sir.
Also, I'm pretty sure you guys have done argumentative essays. So an argumentative essay would be like that, right? We need
Only
less
writing it in our
we need less homework. Why we were doing this with the kids today? Why do we need less homework? Because, well, we get too much homework and we don't have enough time to rest. A lot of this homework is difficult. We need help. Our parents are not educated enough to help us. Not everybody has access to technology, right? So these were the arguments that we were giving out. So you would structure them that in a form of paragraphs. So it is pretty much the same thing. Tragedy as shock. So the last one we said So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Reflect on the past, right? Just sit and think about tragedy to shock, education, shock. Okay, so here's where we are. So we will say tragedy to reflect, right? Of the past. Oh, from mistakes. You might have heard of the concept theory, history or itself.
Excellent.
Yeah. Okay, so history repeats itself. The things that happened in the past would most likely happen. So we have to learn, again to avoid whatever. I don't want to say mistakes because I've already said mistakes, but you'll come up with maybe same follies. Right. Just a matter of reflection. Look back. Okay. Because now I'm going to give this to you. I need to do it. So paragraph 1, tragedies, entertainment. Paragraph 2, tragedies, information. Paragraph 3, tragedies, education. So this should be paragraph 4. Tragedy, shock. Paragraph 5. Tragedy. So we are not concluding quite as yet. So this was paragraph shock. Reflect. Okay, so conclusion should be somewhere. There's a paragraph 36, I guess. So this is paragraph 5, and then the conclusion will be paragraph we 6. Do you like it? Okay, cool. Yeah. Paragraph B5. Let's move on to paragraph B5. Crucial life lessons. What other crucial life lessons did you read? Did you learn from the tragedy, Romeo and Juliet, that we have not mentioned, like death and all of like something else?
Crucial life.
Something different.
Oh, today we learned that eh, things can be good, but something that is too good can be also bad.
For example,
Is that a life lesson? If you were okay, let me see if I can find that one. Yeah, it says too much of good. Too much of a good thing can also be a bad thing.
oh, of course we know that, right? It's like when you eat a lot of chocolate and then your clothes shrink.
Yeah.
Okay, you eat a lot of sugar.
And we also learned that the passion of violent passions are short-lived.
Nice being it's nice being a teenager. What does that mean?
No, it's a meaning of something. We were reading a scene and then the person said these violent delights have violent ends.
Yeah, I get it. But in layman terms, what would that be?
Hmm. Yo.
It's like when you love someone a lot, right? And then the person does
Yes,
not return
the same one.
the same. Yeah. Have you ever experienced heartbreak?
Mm-mm.
You haven't? No one has ever
No.
broken your heart before.
I feel like I'm the one who does it more.
Hey! Orena! This I want to hear. How?
So I prevent my heart from getting broken. So let's say a guy is interested in me. Okay, we will talk. But after 3 days, I'm already bored. So I ignore you.
So how do you
Like,
know? You like blue tick or some Arab
sometimes I
emoji
even block.
feta?
No, I don't answer them. That's the thing.
You're cruel, that's all right. Zaka bonolo ke ha mfethu bonolo bana bang ignore so ha mo bonolo ka o bona online ke wa wetsa so batla o thola batla o thola pele ha ke o bona o rata botleo ba tla o ntsa botleo. Yeah, but basically that's what it is, right? Um,
Yes.
the other one would be the higher you climb, the harder you fall, right? I mean, if you were to be on first floor and you were jumping to like the ground, it would still hurt, right? But imagine if you're on 10th floor,
Yes.
10th floor,
You.
then you're falling you might not even survive that. But can you imagine someone who's like 100th floor? They're like up there,
Like that girl who killed herself.
AKAs.
There's a girlfriend.
Yeah, Anele.
Mm-hmm.
What floor did she jump from?
I'm not sure, but then it was at the top
Yeah,
because it was near balcony.
yeah. That's crazy, man. Anele Tembe. Um, depression is a bad thing, eh? Mental health.
Yeah.
It's crazy stuff, man. But basically, that's what it is, right? If because when we were at school, the Beacon, so Beacon, there was a guy. We were just upstairs because it was like 2 floors, right? Grounded, first floor. So and they push these people. These rails, the guy, some guy fell from there. Just broke a rib.
Ouch.
Yeah, broke a rib. And yeah, it wasn't that bad, but can you imagine, if it was fifth floor, it would have been worse than that. If it was 10th, probably would not have survived it. So it is like that. Because Romeo and Juliet loved each other so intensely, it was bound to end in death. They were also young, right? They were like, what, 15 or something? They were probably your age.
Juliet was 13 and then Romeo was 16.
Crazy, man.
Okay.
Yeah. And people think that's romantic.
That's not.
No, I mean, people.
My whole case is against the age gap. Like, everyone's saying Juliet is young.
The age gap is not a problem, right? The age gap is 3 years. But this one is barely a teenager. Nah, it's like,
So,
yeah, just got into their teenage, and then, it's crazy.
and she's already married.
Oh, Kamara. But you must also look at the time and the era. It's something that happened during those times, ne?
Yes.
So, yeah. All right. So we're moving on to your conclusion. The conclusion basically just sums up everything and highlights the important points. We said the introduction gives us a throw forward. So this one would give us what? A flashback.
Yes.
Yeah. So the conclusion, right? Oh yeah, another thing. Okay, I'll say this some other time. Gives us a flashback, offering a summary of the points on and reiterating. Sometimes you will argue in a certain on a certain side, right? You'll try to convince. So you will say, as I have showed you, that tragedy can be used as a form of education, as a tool to build a nation, to inform, all of those things, all of those things. I do believe that even though it may be bloody, it is a necessary evil. Maybe I should write that so you can also use that. So you could say bloody as tragedy. It is about a necessary evil because pointed out it every day. See the synonym that okay. experience of my writing process. A holistic, the other one we said tool. So we say tool. Perhaps the synonym of tool would be device. Of course, don't know if it makes sense, but yeah. Right. So this may be all you need. Okay.
Yes.
Be all you need. Yeah. Naturally, if you were making a speech, you would say, and I thank you. Good.
We are not allowed to think.
I know, I'm saying you're not gonna do that because it's a piece of writing. But if it was a speech, if it were a speech, that's
Yes,
all.
even during a speech, we are not allowed to say thank you.
Hi, hey, things have changed, right?
Hey. And we are not allowed to greet. You know, like you start with a quote and then you state your topic.
Oh yeah. You guys are high grade.
Yes.
You guys are high grade. Rona, yeah, it was that. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I know we didn't do good evening, ladies and gentlemen. But we were not as shocking and abrupt as you guys are. But I think I prefer how you guys do it. Right?
I don't like it.
What do you mean? Like everything, like
Yes.
I think I prefer the way you guys do it. Rona, we were the as the previous speaker.
What if my quote is not good enough?
I'll find one that's good enough. Create one.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't create one, like you just say something provocative. I get the feeling that a quote would be an example, but you can create something. You can say, "This world is going to hell. All of you are going to die," and then it's a shock factor, and all of a sudden people are like, all of you are
Yeah.
evil, racist, xenophobic, homophobic people, and you hide behind the Bible, right? It really gets the people like, oh, okay, what's wrong with you? So I don't know. I feel like I prefer how you guys do it. So this is how you do it. This is how you would write an essay, any form of an essay, quite frankly. Any question?
No, sir.
Are you happy with it?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so you can take this and then find some help. I don't know how many drafts are you going to do with your teacher and then incorporate it to.
We are not doing anything to help us with the paper. She's not doing anything.
She's already answered your questions in terms of the tenses. So.
No one asked questions except for me in class about the paper 3.
Hovaning.
Like she told us that she taught us in term 1 and stuff.
Is it?
Yes.
Do you like her?
No, even Mama doesn't like her. So
Nobody likes her.
no, that's the thing. She doesn't. Okay, I think it's her teaching skills that we don't get, and she still doesn't get that we don't understand how she teaches.
How long has she been teaching?
I'm not sure, but then when I arrived here, she was already here, and kids were already complaining about her.
I think those are the best teachers.
She's not the best. Even Romeo and Juliet, we are basically doing it on our own. Like we've been reading it. She's been giving us summaries. She's been giving us questions without giving us the corrections to the questions.
You think she loves her job?
I don't think so. I think it's because she has money.
Doesn't care. Whatever she's
Yeah.
earning is like a small change, so like whatever. Really? I don't care if
Because
it was-
a lot of parents during parents meeting told her that the problem wasn't with the learners, it was with her, because overall the grade average for English is 48%.
It's bad. No, it's bad. It's bad. Even the top students are failing her, I think.
The top students, they will pass because they are her favorites,
But they're not passing as
or
well
maybe
as they
because
normally.
they like English.
Is it?
I don't like anything with language in it. Like having me to write an essay, I don't like.
Okay, our time is up. Let me send you the document so you can work from it. All right.
Yes, sir.
Thank you and good night, Bonolo. See you tomorrow.
Yes, sir.